Hey everyone, and welcome to the first fan game that I'm putting on YouTube. This, as you can see, is I Want to Be the 3200 Min. It's a needle game, which means it's just based on jumping over spikes, no gimmicks and no like bosses or anything. Can't load game because I'm starting a new file here. I've beaten this game twice before, so I figured that it would be a good game to not be too grindy or anything. Shouldn't get too stuck on pretty much anything, and we should be able to just kind of make it through in an episode or two. So I suck at this jump, but first off I want to just kind of get jump mechanics out of the way so that I can talk about technique. Basically, jumps, you jump higher the longer you press the button. The lowest jump you can get is a 1-frame jump, which is going to look like, excuse me, now I can't do the technique. It's going to look like that. Whatever. Yeah, okay, so I missed that. But the way to do a 1-frame normally is you have to press and release your jump key on the same frame, so it's a really tight window. But there's another method for doing it that is far more consistent, however also frame perfect. Basically, you press one of your jump keys, because basically the default controls are jumps are on both shift keys. Wow, I can't do this. That's this is one of the hardest jumps for me. I'm not kidding. And it's annoying because to reset you have to you can't reset. You just kind of have to keep doing it over and over. Oh, come on. And then you just barely can't make that jump. So you press and hold one jump key, and then the next frame after you let it go, you press the other jump key, so you have one frame where you can input it properly. Alright, I just hit a bunch in a row, so. But the kicker with a jump cancel is you can also jump lower than the lowest jump by not holding the second jump key, which I can't seem to do now. I don't know why. There it was. Oh my god. But I suck at this jump. So, fan games are just kind of the thing that I've wanted to play the most recently. I think that this one won't get tagged on the music, so that's why I chose this one. Can I just make it though? Anyway, you can use jump cancels to jump lower than the highest jump, or lower than the lowest jump, by a good margin. And they're pretty useful. Of course, it takes getting used to the timing, but once you're used to the timing, you don't have to be able to 1-frame. There it is. So this jump, you have to not move past the first frame. Oh wow, I made that first try. If I stand about here... No, it was 1 frame farther. You can... Oh my god. Can just jump and hold left. Make it through this M jump. So jumps all have names, pretty much. That's 2 stretched diagonals, but it makes kind of an M shape, so it's an M jump. You know, no biggie. So these are 16 pixels. Normally block spacing is 32 pixels, but there's a reason that they use 16 there. Basically, the kit is 11 pixels wide and moves 3 pixels per frame, which means that in a space that's 16 pixels wide, no matter which align you have, now blocks are 32 pixels wide, so it takes 3 blocks to make a multiple of 3 as your total pixel count. Ah, bonked. Which means that touching the edge of each wall changes the amount of pixels that you're on. So, say that normally I'm on pixels 1, 4, and 7. Touching the edge of a next wall might put me on pixels 2, 5, and 8. Or 3, 6, and 9, and such. So those are aligns, and those basically are used to get you closer to spikes to make jumps a little bit easier because you can get over those spikes slightly sooner. And the special thing about a 16 pixel is that you always have 2 available frames to get through it with any align, which is the reason that that's chosen instead of 15, 14, 12, 11, because each one of those discriminates against 1, 2, or every align. Well, not every align, 1 or 2 aligns. So a 15 pixel, you would only be able to get through it on 2 frames. With 2 aligns and with 1 align, you would have 1 frame. 12 pixel would be 2 frames have 1 frame to get through it, and 1 can't get through it at all. Alright, second screen is really easy. Alright. Oh, I still died on it. But 16 pixels are a common occurrence, whereas like 12 and 11 and such are not. Oops. The only time you really see 11 pixel stuff is with delicious fruit. This screen's gonna have the hardest jump in the game in it. By the way, if there is any flashing with the respawns, I know it's not consistent, and it still sucks that it exists, but that's a pretty perfect jump, by the way. You have to just barely not hit the spikes at the top. That wasn't it. And then you have to full jump with your double jump at the right time. It's tough. And I don't know the frame count of the first jump. That might get it, yeah. So like I was saying, all jumps have names. That's a stretched plane. Normally plane jumps are a lot tighter, and I hate them. But that jump that I keep dying to is a stretched plane. And then the next save has the hardest jump in the game. So that's something to look forward to. So first it starts off with a drop gate, which a lot of people hate, and that's the hardest jump that I just died to. Drop gates, a lot of people say they have RNG. They don't, of course, but they are kind of tricky, and part of the RNG in it, as people refer to it, is a thing called V-align, probably. I assume that has to do with it. Basically, based on the jumps you make and the time, like the amount of times and from what heights you land on the ground, an invisible number called your V-align, which is how many fractions of a pixel off of the block you are, changes. So there are some ways to specifically set that, but for a jump like this, you're not really going to do that. Basically, it's just how quickly you're falling, though, when you jump for the drop gate. And then from there, you decide how high you want to jump, but it's tough to time, because you might have thought you fell for like 1 extra frame, and there is acceleration and all that. So it's tough. Anyway. That was so close. It was 1 frame off. That's the hardest jump in the game, though. It's the only place that I should get particularly stuck, I would say. But it's really hard just because of the positioning of that one block that's above it, that's a low ceiling. So this is a place that kind of the choke point, even though it's the 3rd screen. Awkward, but how it is. God. So we'll get it eventually. So I've played through this game twice before, which is why I chose it as a good introduction. It's a pretty easy game, and it gives me time to talk about mechanics and things that you might be interested in. So of course, like I said, this is a game without bosses or gimmicks or anything, but a lot of games will have gimmicks, you know, gravity flipping, so you're doing a lot of platforming on the ceiling, or ice physics, limited visibility, like you only have a circle around your character. Just listing a few. There are a lot more creative ones than that. But just, you know, there are things to mix up platforming, and then there are bosses and stuff in some games, for those unaware. But I'm in the quest to improve, so a lot of what I need to do is just platforming. Alright. I was gonna say I felt that one. Still, hardest jump in the game. Gotta expect this kind of thing. God, I still hate it though. It's really, really sucky for the third screen. And making it past it is kind of... Okay, I thought I might die on that single spike. Kind of the obstacle. There we go. Got the save. Saves don't save progress, by the way. They only save position. Which for the most part is just going to be the same thing. Oops. But in some rooms there are like triggers you have to hit, which just means going to a certain place to change the room in some way. Oh my god. You only have 2 frames. So there are 2 sets of pixels you can stand on the edge of a block to edge jump. And it's very annoying. There we go. Okay, let's change there. So I need to curve around here. Dang it. This jump's annoying. And no, you can't do the skip with it as far as I know. Oh my god. Shouldn't be dying there. Still, at least we made it past the hard jump. Oh, I jumped slightly too early. But it's cool. Oh, by the way, these games run in 50 frames per second, which is why you'll see it's 720p 50 instead of 720p 60. That's a convention just set by the original I Want to Be the Guy. That's the same reason that they're mostly 4-3. Jump for 1 block higher to make that. And then edge jump. Cool. Got to do that from the edge. It's actually not that hard, don't worry. Remember, 2 frames. And then we good. Getting into that one's kind of tricky. 16 pixels because the mini spikes. Come on. There we go. Oops. There we go. So I don't need jump cancels for anything at the moment. Really, I won't need them until really late in the game. There won't be like any actual use for them. You could use this jump, but really you don't need to. Interesting skip on this screen. You can actually just jump to that from there. I jumped too early. So you could do that entire screen if you wanted, but you could also just not, like I just didn't. I think it's kind of funny. Oh my god, it didn't take... I jumped after falling off the platform. That time I bonked. Again with the after falling off thing. You might not need your double jump for that, but I just like to use it. So, specific align trick, if you grab the align at the back of a block, you can walk off for a couple frames. and then double jump after the spike. Of course, that doesn't really help me there, so just a thing that was worth showing off there. Some jumps that's particularly useful, though. But that's the walk-off line. Now this screen's a little bit tricky. Mostly this save. So I could do a corner here. Corners are really tight jumps. You want, in this particular case, you want the align that it gives you right there. I tried to jump cancel there. Oops, I actually don't want to do the corner because there's really no reason to. And now I'm doing the jump over that shuriken wrong. There you go. And then I died after it. This screen gives me trouble sometimes. It's not even a real plane. It's just a single spike, man. But I am trash at shuriken jumps. This save took me a while. First time through. Alright, so... jump too early. That jump kills me. It's not worth jump canceling. I mean, it kind of is. And I didn't even get the jump cancel, which is why it's not worth jump canceling. My consistency at them is getting really, like, pretty good. But it's still not great. So I try not to employ them in every situation. Could do the corner there, of course. Can always do a corner. But you could also just go around. Oh, I didn't get the jump somehow. Oh, wow. That's fine. I'm past the hard save for the screen. I'm probably going to do one corner skip, though, on the screen. Not that one, because that's not possible with two corners above me. But... oh my god, stop jumping early. I probably will do one. Because corners aren't that hard for me anymore. Corners take a lot of getting used to. So do a lot of jumps, but... so remember I mentioned that it takes 3 blocks to make a multiple of 3 on your pixel count. That means that the aligns repeat every 3 blocks. Wow, I jumped too high there. Good job. So that's one way of counting things. Like if you see what align gets you the closest to a certain block, you can then just count every 3 blocks on the same side to get that align again. Like if that align isn't available anywhere close to you, you can see if it's available anywhere far from you. Oh my god, really? This is an easy save. And I'm not going to do the gate corner up there, because that's dumb. I need to move farther forward in order to make that. And I'm just not doing it. Oh, I didn't jump late enough. Again, I don't rely on the walk-off too much. But it would work for that particular jump. So if I wanted to do that, I could. Thanks. Now let's see. I think that's... a lot of the stuff in this game isn't on a perfect 32 pixel grid. It uses a lot of 16 pixel stuff. So I'm betting that that's not still the walk-off for the next one. Thank you. Which means that I'm not going to try and do a walk-off. Let's see. We're going to cheese our way over there. Come on, just a little bit lower. There you go. Then we're going to do the corner, and got a little bit of a skip there. Remember, last two... Nice job. Last two frames. I use frames instead of last 2-3 pixels because, you know, last 6 pixels. Because thinking of movements in terms of 3 pixels per frame is a lot easier in a lot of cases. So, last 2 frames is an effective measurement of how far you can move, because last 6 pixels, while technically more accurate, is not easier to think about for most people. No. Like I said, kid 11 pixels tall and... Or sorry, 11 pixels wide and 24 pixels tall, I believe. Alright, so let's grab the walk-off, because the trick with the walk-off is that you get to stand on the last pixel of a block. So that... Really? I just did that? So you get a little bit of extra leeway for bikes. Okay, I could also do an F jump from here. Skip that save, which is probably worth doing. Okay. Come on, you can do it. And I do that, and I jump a little bit later than I did, and then I'm all good. So some games, there's a bug where your momentum pre-save, or like pre-save load, is stored into your save load, so if you jump and then reload your save, you'll come out jumping, which means that you'll end up higher if you save in the air. And you can jump a little higher than you're supposed to be able to. So you could actually skip this entire part of this room and get straight up to the top if this game had that bug, but it doesn't. Still, no problem. Alright, nice. So that's the first area. Then this one... That's a whole save for some reason. I guess because that jump's kind of tricky. Alright, nice. Okay, fine. I won't do the first jump. Okay. Making good quick progress here. Alright, this is another pretty simple screen, I believe. And then I think I usually go right, but I don't think I usually take this path. I think I usually would go like this. Never mind, I guess I wouldn't. Nice job, dude. Let's see, what's even on the left? Is the left? No, the right's just better. Come on, I believe in you. If you can jump low enough, you can do that. But obviously, I'm failing to do so. Oh my god, jump higher before moving. There you go. This is a cool room because it wants you to use the same save for things. I'm gonna try and do the skip here. So raised gate, no problem. Corner you get the align for, so Shouldn't be a huge problem, but I'm making it into one. And then this diagonal. That's the hard part. I'm gonna give the diagonal one more go. Or one more good go. And from there, we'll just do it the normal way. That's not a good go. There we go. I'm not gonna... Yeah, no, you can't do that double corner, so that's just not happening. I'm also not doing any other double corners, so I'm gonna take this nice and easy. There you go. God dang it. That's not hard at all drop, by the way. Really easy not to do badly. But, you know, what can you do? Did it badly. Okay, that's also not a hard jump to do right. Jump too low that time. If I'd used my double jump like I tried to, that would have been fine. Come on, I believe in you. I obviously shouldn't, though. That is actually a really hard jump, by the way, and it's not worth doing. Corner into a diagonal with probably the tiniest re-jump window you can imagine. Thank you. Alright, so there's a corner skip on this screen. Which I just did first try. So I skipped half the screen there. Nice. Oh, oops, that's not how you... There's no skip for this one, though. Yeah, I don't think you can do that. But you might be able to. I just don't know how. That gate's a little awkward. This is specifically not double jump water, though. So sometimes when you get out of the water, you get your double jump back. That would make this screen entirely skippable, pretty much. So that's just not the water that's here. Really? I just died to a regular gate. I don't know why this save's giving me as much trouble as it is. But, you know. Thanks. Wow. Jumped too far. Thanks to the water. Oh, you can't even... That's annoying. Haven't spent a lot of time with this screen. Can you really apple a line there? Looks like you can. You might only be able to do it while the delicious fruit are in a particular layout. I don't know. I'm not gonna bother. I thought it looked free. Like, I think that gap is 10 pixels, but 11 pixels when the in half of the animation. So if you get there during the frames where it's in that part of the animation, you're all good. But if you don't, well, sucks to be you. This save's kind of annoying, by the way. And that's why. See, look at me. It's like just hugely, hugely annoying. mean, if you don't wait, sometimes you get unlucky. Look, I made it through. Really? That one, I hate. Like, this save's dumb. Oh my god, it's so dumb. Alright. And you didn't jump at the last moment. Oh, this is so annoying to do. This water is so finicky. And it didn't jump at the last moment again. Ah. I'm just trying the good old one nice big jump. There you go. Oh, you do not do it that way. You do it this way. Pretty hard to miss that last jump, by the way. Due to having only 2 frames to land on the other thing. Oops. That's also a pretty simple jump. And that's why, because you can just full jump it. There you go. That's probably like the jump that I'm like the worst at for some reason. Ah, dang it. There we go. Jump too high. Try not doing that in the future. Or that. Yeah, that would also be something I'd like to avoid. There you go. Really? Easy. Too high. That's fine. Can't really die there. Could do that for some reason. No problem. I think that I should be able to finish this area in this video, and then that should be a good stopping place for the first part of this game. I think that sounds good. Nice, hit the 16. Should stand a little closer to that. Oh god, it's just a gate. It is a drop gate. Drop gates do suck. Ah, you actually kind of need to jump for that one. You don't have to, but it makes it easier. Wow, thanks for jumping off the platform. Okay, these are actually just gates. Thank you. I think next stage is when we start to get some fun jumps. Fun as in, like, unique and interesting. No saves in this game are save blocked. I don't believe. Which means that you can use them through spikes and stuff really easily and every time. That's actually a relatively tricky jump. So is this one. This one's actually really tricky. Double downward diagonal with at like the same height. It's tough. Downward diagonals are tricky. You see me doing a little awkward pause in the air to try and wait for the proper fall speed to just go hold left through them. God, I keep jumping too high. Or not high enough. There you go. Then this one you want a particular jump height so that you don't hit that other spike, but can still like jump high to get through the second gate, like that. That diagonal's kind of tricky as well. Alright, so that's the start of the next stage, which I think is a good place to call it for the first one. We should be able to hopefully finish the game next time. This is when you see fun jumps start to happen. I'm kind of excited for that. But, I don't know, that's kind of an introduction to fan games. For those of you that haven't had the time, ability, or interest in the stream style of content to check them out on stream. So, that's going to do it for today. I hope you enjoyed the episode. I am going to finish this. It's, I know I can finish it. I've done it twice before. Thank you for watching. I will see you next time.